Hey guys, it's Brandon, aka BrichBeauty, aka your beauty best friend. Happy Friday, y'all! We have made it to the end of the week. Yes, we have. And we're about to finish this week with some hot tea. We're talking about the Gucci Mane Jeezy VERZUZ Battle. Mary Cosby from Salt Lake City is opening up even more. And darling, you know we have to talk about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and its reunion special. We're talking about that and a lot more on this Friday. But you know what to do. Grab your tea. Grab your beverage. Let go. Baby, are y'all watching the news? Did y'all see that Georgia has declared that Biden won the recount? Not only did they make and pressure the Secretary of State to do a hand recount of these votes, they said they did a hand recount, child, and there was little to no change in the accuracy of the vote. Another shred of evidence that this election is not fraud, people. But baby, if you're going to make us live through this twilight zone, I am here to see you lose twice, sir. I am here to see Joe win twice, sir. And I just love that Georgia really came through with the clutch. And even with the Republican hold on the state of Georgia, the Secretary of State did not cave in his moral values and sticking to his oath in terms of election integrity. And Georgia is very blue. Now, here's a side note. Every little loss that he's experienced, do y'all think he's in the White House breaking stuff? Like, is he like, oops, I burned Abe Lincoln's Bible. What? I lost Pennsylvania? Oops, I broke Jackie O's vase. Like, is he having like small little fires and tantrums in his White House? Are the Bidens going to move in and all of the history is going to be like broken and or burned because he's having like, again, tantrums? You know he's petty, y'all. I wouldn't be surprised that come January, when Biden takes this office and moves in, if everything is gone. Hell, he might be selling it on the black market to all his Russia friends. Who knows? I don't know. But speaking of petty, because you know it's never too early to be petty, never too late to be petty. It's just always great to be petty. See, I'm so petty. I've just dropped a little bit of this. Y'all know this is like liquid gold. I can't be wasting this. So, did y'all see that Rudy Giuliani? Please tell me y'all saw this, because if you didn't, I'm still going to put a picture in. Rudy Giuliani did a press conference talking about, I don't know what, because I don't pay attention. It's all lies anyway. So it's like, at this point, who wants to sign up to be tortured? But I will say, you got to love that it's so hot in the bed of hellfire and lies that he and the rest of this administration sit in, that this man literally was melting. Yes, honey, this man was doing a whole press conference, wiping the bead of sweat off of his forehead because, you know, he was trying to duck and dodge the truth, that it caused him to work up a cardiovascular sweat. And then all of a sudden, I'm watching this video, and I'm really like, what's going down the side of his face? I was like, are those lines? Are those wrinkles? It wasn't there a couple minutes ago. Baby, his Beijing started to run, and it wasn't even raining outside. You know, you got to be a special type of person for the karma to get you like that. We got a fly to land on Pence's head. Now you got box dye, Beijing itself saying, I'm not here for this. I'm running. Literally running down this man's face. I'm sorry, it's just hilarious. Literally running down this man's face. Oh, child. The pictures, him looking mortified. I don't even think he knew it was running. It just, thank you, universe. Sometimes you just got to laugh. Thank you, universe. Did you guys watch the VERZUZ battle last night with Gucci Mane and Jeezy? Y'all know I tuned in. I tried to watch. I will go ahead and give you my disclaimers, beauty besties. Rap music isn't my ministry. Y'all know he is a R&B, soul music type of kid. I may know one or two rap songs from the early 2000s, but this newfangled type of rap, baby, I have no clue. So I could not stick with it for too long. Why y'all didn't tell me? My hair cream is not completely rubbed in. Sorry, my leave-in conditioner is just sitting here, giving me all types of Della Reese teas, looking like it's a white stripe, child. Anyways, I tried to watch it, y'all. I really did. And I just could not get through it all. And when I say I could not get through it all, I really, like, once they finally got on stage, because you know they was late, I tuned in for a little while. I listened to maybe 2 songs each, and I was like, I can't do this. I got to find something else to watch. But I will say, I do want to know who sat these 2 grown-ass men on stage in somebody's baby shower, gender reveal types of chairs. Like, for real? Y'all, they sit in the... Every single woman that has a baby shower these days are sitting in these big, oversized, plush chairs, tufted chairs on top of that. Child, who was the set decorator to say, let's sit Jeezy and Gucci Mane in these baby shower chairs? Anyways, so I saw that part, and I recall seeing, I saw some clips, I will tell you that much, online. Thank you, internet. But I will tell you, one of the things I will give, like, my hat off to is that Jeezy spoke up towards the end, trying to end the feud. He says, we've been feuding for 20 years, and you could tell Gucci's still a little petty. Gucci was like 15, man. Sir, 15, 20, it's irrelevant. It's been a long time. And Jeezy said, only reason why I've invited you, really, basically, is to essentially be a man and kind of bury the hatchet. And, first of all, I have issues with the whole, like, because I'm a real man, I'm reaching out to you to bury the hatchet. How about because I'm a mature adult? Gender has nothing to do with it, right? Because I'm a real man, I wanted to reach out to you, bruh, because I felt like we needed to do this for the culture. Let's substitute out because I'm a real man with because I'm a mature adult and I'm getting older in life and realize that this silly stuff does not matter. I invited you here for this versus battle because I want us to officially lay things to rest. Doesn't that just sound a lot more articulate and a lot more gender sensitive? Anyways, I digress. So he goes on about like how because he is an adult now, basically, he wanted to reach out. Now you can tell Gucci is still a little petty because Gucci was like trying to interrupt him and Jeezy was trying to stay calm. Jeezy tried to bring it back around. And I can appreciate Jeezy brought it back around, really focusing on the fact that there is a lot to be upset about, and this beef is not worth it. Not to mention, what he said was true. Jeezy and Jock are true pillars within the rap community, where you have a whole generation that really does look up to them as, mentors and examples. And, recently I feel like every time I open social media, I feel like some rapper who I've never heard of before, a baby, a little, a somebody, a YTLMNOP, some young rapper has been shot or killed. And he's saying like, you have the culture watching us. Is this enough contour, y'all? Okay, good. You have the culture watching us and we have to do better. And when he said that, all of the other foolishness of the music, everything else turned into white noise, and I understood what he's saying. Because as we get older and we continue to walk more steps on this earth, you realize and you start to put into perspective what is of value. And not only what is of value, especially when you have a platform, you realize that people are starting to watch you. So you have to now decide how intentional are you going to be with your steps, with your words, and your actions. And I was so impressed because Gucci finally seemed to hear the message. And, he ended it with saying, I appreciate the olive branch that you have extended and I accept it. He could have also said, I apologize, but whatever. And then they try to get all the people down to Corona compound. So first of all, he said, we're all going down to the compound. So if you're in Atlanta, come down to the compound. First of all, sir, it's a school night. Second of all, I'm still a little perplexed that all their entourages were so close together, standing shoulder to shoulder, and most of them had no mask on. So now the versus battle has turned into a super spreader battle. Come on, if we have not learned anything from this White House administration, can we just not do a super spreader on period or on per? Wherever you're from my Maryland people, on per, right? So I appreciate that, and that's what I walked away with from this versus battle. All the other music child went over my head. Did you guys watch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion? It just launched on HBO Max. And for those that don't have HBO Max, I found out that it's on YouTube as well. So you're welcome. But obviously, you know, I've been talking about it. Will Smith did the 30th reunion with the crew and the cast. Well, primarily the cast. I don't know if they brought back the crew, child. But he did his 30th reunion with the cast for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And what's now going viral and is circulating right now is the fact that, you know, he brought back the original Aunt Viv. You know, the Aunt Viv from the dance class? Yes, her. We all love that Aunt Viv. You know, Aunt Viv left the show 3rd season. They brought in light-skinned Aunt Viv as the recast, and they finished, you know, light-skinned Aunt Viv did 3 more seasons before they ended because the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had a total of 6 seasons. Well, you know, for a very long time, there was bad blood, baby, between Will Smith and Aunt Viv, Jenna Hubert. And so I appreciate now, I will give you the disclaimer, beauty besties, and don't judge me. I started watching, I only got through halfway of the reunion last night. I had to go to bed. Like, I had so much television to catch up on. The Crown, baby, we have to talk about that in another episode because The Crown, amazing. We'll talk about that next week. But I had to watch The Crown. I had to get caught up on Potomac. I had to get caught up on Salt Lake City. Like, I just had a lot of television to get caught up on. So I was only able to get through half of the reunion before I had to go to bed. Now, what I did see and what I have been reading, that, you know, Will said to the cast, I couldn't think about doing a 30-year reunion and not have Aunt Viv here. You know, they haven't spoken in 27 years because Aunt Viv, Janet Hubert, wrote Will Smith off. She said, at one point, she said, I would never do a reunion with that asshole Will Smith. He hurt her something deep. And it was really good to see, one, Will understanding that in this phase of his life, he talks about, you know, gratitude. He talks about being a bigger person. Hell, he interviewed his wife for a whole entanglement and forgave her. And so he realized that he couldn't walk around speaking the speak and not acting out on those actions. So he said, I knew I had to invite her. So they did a separate interview before he did the main interview with the entire cast. And a part of the interview with Aunt Viv, she describes why she left. She clarified for all of us. She said she did not get fired, but they came to her for that 3rd season with a very bad contract, and that the contract was so bad that she had no choice but to not take it. She said, I was pregnant at the time, my husband was out of work, and they wanted to only offer me 2 months and a couple weeks worth of filming, which meant my salary got cut drastically. Now, also keep in mind, Hollywood black actress, you know her salary wasn't even a huge salary compared to white actresses. So she said, I had to walk away. And because I didn't take the deal, they recasted me. Completely understandable. Now, what I think is the root of it all is she said that, you know, I was pregnant. What the people didn't know that I was working with is I was in a really bad marriage at the time. And what Will Smith admitted to is saying that now that I have children, now that I understand how pregnancy affects, because, you know, Will was really young for the show and he was the breakout star. It was a show. I could have treated her better. Now, he won't say exactly how he treated her, but I could have treated her better. So you can only imagine being that young with that much fame, being the star of the show. He probably was really tough with her, or really, you know, very much machismo, and he said, I made set life uncomfortable for her. And so because of that, he's never apologized. But when she left the show, and she says to him specifically, you called me difficult. And in Hollywood, calling anyone female difficult, but a black female difficult, is like the kiss of death. She said, I lost everything. I lost my reputation. I lost my career. And we know, just in general, at least I know, you can have nothing and the world can be burning down around you. But as long as you have your reputation, it allows you to at least have some form of social currency. And she lost her social currency. And it would not have been as bad probably if she just only had left her job, but had enough social currency to find a new gig. But because she said that was the kiss of death, it left her destroyed. And I thought that was so powerful because, again, that is what Monique is dealing with. You know, they called Monique difficult and she got blackballed. And now Aunt Viv is saying that was the piece that really hurt me. And that was what destroyed and broke me. And Will was able to to be able to apologize, acknowledge his error, and move on. But the fact that the original Aunt Viv met the replacement Aunt Viv for the first time on set, and they embraced, really spoke to one, Black girl magic, and the power of time and healing and just maturity. Guys, watch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion because it looks really, really good. Like, it's nostalgia. It takes you back. You know, he was in the taxi in the back lot doing the opening of the show. Like, it's just so good. So, I played catch up with Salt Lake City, The Real House of Salt Lake City last night on both episodes, and I'm caught up. First of all, I thought at one point Mary Cosby was homeless because now we're on episode 3 and we're just now seeing her house. I was like, we see everybody else's personal life. Why are we only seeing Mary at dinner? So we finally saw Mary's home, her son, and her husband this episode, most recent episode, I should say. And she talks about a little bit more in detail about her marrying her grandmother's second husband. Now, here's the thing, beauty besties. First of all, she admits that it was a little bit weird that she ended up marrying the second husband, but that it was her grandmother's wish to keep everything in the family, and that, you know, she married the step granddaddy, and the step granddaddy married her, and that the mama was upset and jealous that the granddaughter, Mary, I can't even get it out, married the second husband. Girl, grandmama, are you treating marriage like a will? Like, if you want people to inherit things, just go ahead and write it out in the will. You don't have to, like, will out your husband, do you? Apparently she did, and the mama is jealous. And did the mama not get anything in the will? Like, I'm so confused that these people are jealous that they did not marry the second granddaddy. So Mary Cosby said it was so weird, child. She didn't even have sex on her wedding night, partially because she was on her period. But she said she stretched that thing out. And like any arranged marriage, basically, she said she had to get to learn and to know this man over the years. Now, here's the thing. This man is older than Mary, and we see him in the kitchen cutting up fruit, you know, giving the I'm older kind of limp around the kitchen. And we see young, vibrant Mary trying to talk about her son's, education and schooling. You are not going to tell me that Mary Cosby, this woman of God, is only sleeping with this one husband, honey, that this is this old. There is some pool boy, some deacon, some elder in this church, allegedly, that I'm sure probably gets some of her time in the late evenings. I'm just saying. But here's the thing. Mary, if you're this rich girl, I am tired of these shake and go wigs. Her wigs are horrible. They're straggly. They're not laid down properly. I see wig lines, and it looks like if a burst of Salt Lake City wind came blowing on by, the wind would blow on with the dust. I was nervous when they went skiing because I was like, how is this wig fixed? Like, is it safe, sis? And on top of that, is she the preacher or the first lady? Like, we got an episode where she was in the pulpit with a mic, touching and healing. Where's the husband? It was the grandmother the preacher, but I thought the husband was the preacher. I'm so confused. I want to see this relationship play out a little bit more. But in the meantime, child, Mary, go ahead and call somebody, some protective unit specialist, honey, because by the time I see you for this reunion, you better have a better wig. I know this was first season. I know you're new to the reality show game, girl. Call one of the black girls from a franchise. Call Cynthia. Call Nene. Call Phaedra. Don't call Garcelle, child, because we know Garcelle's wigs be shaking gold too. But Mary, I need a better wig, okay? Baby. Real quick, Mariah Carey has announced that she's doing her Christmas special. Yes, Whistle Carey is bringing her Christmas special to Apple TV. For all those that know Mariah, you know, November 1st at midnight, 12:01 a.m., she does everything Christmas, child. So from here on out through January something, she'll be looking like Mrs. Claus, sexy mistress or something, child. Not Mrs. Claus, sexy mistress. You know, Santa Claus, sexy mistress. In some, you know, super, super tight outfit that she can't breathe in. Are y'all going to tune in? Because I will say I think I am. Because not only will it be Whistle Carey, she actually has other special guests. So I love that it won't just be her, the entire special. So I'm going to be tuning in. I hope it's free. If it's not free, somebody give me their Apple TV login. Just asking. All right, guys. I I got to go. You know, I hope you have a good weekend because I'm about to. It's my birthday weekend, y'all. Ow. By the way, my birthday's on Monday, so if you feel inclined, I'll go ahead and drop my Cash App in the description of this video. Feel free to bless the doll. Anyways, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video if you like this video. Leave me a comment, but most importantly, are those notifications turned on? I hope so. Who loves you? I do. See you Monday. Bye.